this is Matt. Welcome to Fire Weekly's week 14 and 15. I'm here with Phil.
Hello.
And yeah, we're going to take a look at some oases, some underwater creations, some orc houses, and some cool little swampy places too. But Phil, if people don't know what Fire Weekly is, why don't you give them the quick version of what it is?
Well, FyreWeekly, for those that do not know what it is, make sure you go check the other videos as well, is our weekly build contest on the Fire server in which we give you two themes, a main theme and an optional theme, and you have 1 week to build it. And then every Sunday, the new theme is announced and your builds are judged, and then we show you off the winners in these lovely videos here.
Yep, I think if people want to get involved this week, the actual themes are, what are they? They're nether ship and encampment, like war camp, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, nether ship or an airship, whichever one you want to build, and some kind of war camp, whatever comes to mind with that.
Yep,
so
very cool.
That's week 16, but this is week 14 and 15, so let's go have a look-see, shall we?
Here we go. Hello. Right, so here we go. So we're going to start with the Oasis-style builds here. So we have number 1. Let's tell people who number 1 is, Phil.
Number 1 goes to Mr. Flycon with this really cool giant wall that you can imagine like the edge of the desert, and then behind it there's some nice little market stalls, sort of an Arabian kind of theme, but also very close to like what you'd probably expect in a normal village, I guess, from default Minecraft, but with a bit of a
little bit more detail.
Yeah, a little bit more detail and a bit more of a desert theme, and then you have this.
I kind of like this style that people are going for, where it's kind of like mini maps almost like miniature versions of cities and stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool to kind of fit within the plots that we give them for Fire Weekly. Very cool.
Because the plots aren't actually that big. You look into this and you think, wow, there's a lot of space and stuff here, and especially with some of the larger builds. But they're pushing the limits of that space.
It's the town of Ceramine. In a post-apocalyptic world where all the water has dried out, this small town is the last oasis of life on this planet. However, the supply of water is running low. The final inhabitants are trying to get on day by day. No one knows how long we will survive.
That must be a pretty busy town. I mean, if it's the entire world's population. I mean, I know obviously most of them must be dead by now, but whew.
Kind of sounds a bit like the premise for the new Bungie game, Destiny, where there's just one last city on Earth and they're all living in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to number 2 here. Number 2 for the Oasis theme is JB. That's all his name is, just JB.
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 Well, again, a deserty sort of looking thing. I mean, all of the themes I think on Oasis are very much sandstone. I think you get that, thinking of like Arabian, Middle Eastern kind of builds and stuff.
Yeah, like Prince of Persia, it kind of reminds me of almost that kind of style.
So you've got your, your market area and stuff here.
I like this though. This is really cool.
I like the rope and stuff, all hanging together, like the netting. It's really
that's cool. I like all of this. This is really nice. Let's have a look over here.
There's some glowing.
It's like
carpet.
a little enchantment area. I like this bit.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So yeah, and then also obviously you got the Oasis bits on the side, on the outside bit now.
I do like it a lot. Kind of a bit of ruiny, ruiny,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's ancient, it's old. I mean, I like the fact that you got this like hanging down and
you're making use of carpets here to kind of like make the tarp kind of come down. It's nice. It's really cool. Again, it's nice to see people using blocks in a different way. I always like that kind of stuff, and looking at this kind of detail. I don't think we've done a desert style time lapse in a really long time.
Yeah, the last sort of one you could count as that would be Egyptian, really, and then that would be...
Or maybe even Red Rock is kind of, I suppose, but that's kind of a little bit more kind of sandy rock than actual sand itself. Anyway, let's take a look at number 3 here, the third place winner.
Number 3 goes to DJ Van Doren, who you've seen coming up over the past few weeks. Has Naomi on the front there, so... And again, like I really like this one for the skeleton, Like this one, it's got the same wall like in first place, but on this side, you've got all this death and destruction, kind of like old skeletal bones. And you go inside, and oh look, it's a nice little city, with water, activity going on.
Please tether your animals. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and I really like this like flaming torch bit up here. It very much reminds me of like something out of Game of Thrones, like giant cauldron of fire. Yes. For those that missed out on it this week, anyway.
I know there was.
And you got Rosemary's Herbs over here. The psychic reading.
And palm reading. Look at this thing.
Yes.
Wow. That's cool.
Just the amount of detail on there as well, but. And again, like it's filling out like not that much space, but you got quite a lot of detail in there. So,
the Fair Maiden Ale House.
Oh, the lovely tavern.
It's
a very cramped
rooftop beer garden.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, it's beautiful. A little palm tree. Look at this.
have a drink,
the
you know. And I like how there are actually like, you know, looks like
little
the
drinks up
just
there.
sitting,
Yeah, look, there's some in here as well. This is cool.
This is really cool because like there are, you know, when it's really
Tried
hot and
setting
everything, rather than having a balcony as such, they all just go on the roof because there's
cool.
a nice flat roof out there.
Right, let's carry on now. Let's take a look at the optional theme winners for this week.
So the optional theme was
all
water.
about water, yeah.
So anything to do with
first
water.
Up, here we have
apparently you need to use a night
mentions.
vision potion. So if you want, I can get you one of those. But this one,
do you have any?
I can get one.
Can you splash it with me? Splash me it.
Splash potion of... where is it? Invisibility, harming, strength, night vision. Where is it? There.
There we go. Yeah. Oh,
just to make sure. Just to make sure. All right, there you go.
So let's take a look. So this is by Zaza, is it?
Zazet, yes. And he's sort of got like a really cool underwater kingdom thing, which actually the first thing that came to my mind was sea monkeys.
Oh,
like, you know the little sea monkeys things you used to get, like little plastic tubs.
It kind of looks cool from the outside as well, but when you go inside, it kind of becomes.
You got like a little gate thing here, and I just really like the block palette as well because it's sort of like blues and purples and browns, which
I kind of feel like I'm in a fish tank, Phil. Am I a fish?
You are a fish. You are a blub blub.
Very nice.
Which makes sense because you only have a memory of about 6 seconds. So.
I do. What? What did you say?
Nothing. So
what did you say? Oh right, okay. Right, let's move on here to the second honourable mention for water, which is by. Who's it by?
T-Rex Domobata, or Trex Domobata,
nice.
as we keep calling him. So the Temple of Magica
some words. Schwide,
Shui Water Lady.
Oh. There's some pixelated boobage going on there, Phil. Amazing.
But yeah, there's even like cool little statues on the side and stuff as well, like little guys with tridents.
This is quite like ornate for a small.
Look on your left there. There's like a guy with holding 2 tridents.
Oh,
or a trident and a sword. It's pretty cool.
Oh, he looks badass. For the scale. Look at this one. Summoner.
And then like underneath
like
here, there's like a bank with all, or like a vault with all the gold in, which you can easily access from the back. You know,
I love that. That's like an intersection. It's kind of just cut there. That's really cool. That looks amazing.
But no, it's like really awesome big towers, and you can see the main theme for this is water, or like, you know, a goddess that's on water and stuff.
Oh, there's little like dragon heads as well here. That's really nice. A lot of really cool.
Or are they dinosaur heads?
Oh.
I don't know. For those that haven't caught on the running theme, everything that this guy makes is like there's like a little Easter egg of a, you know.
See, here we go. Nisbian has a Nisbizen. Nisbizen. There we go. Telling us how to say the words this time. The world is flashing for me. It's a little terrifying. Because I guess there we go. My potion ran out. But here we go. This is a really cool thing. You kind of got to imagine it underwater, but this is like a koi or something, right?
Yeah, a little koi fish, I think.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I like all the little like kelp and stuff around. Really cool. Let's have a little.
All the coral and stuff. And it's really cool. Like I do think that there's been a lot.
The fish is called Jonah, Phil.
Jonah.
Yeah. Jonah. Why the hell are you inside a fish? I don't know.
The sun.
I kind of,
Matt,
felt like
why are you
little...
Why are we inside?
I don't know. The signs are judging me. I mean, I'm leaving.
Like being judged.
But yeah, really cool. I like all this stuff at the back. Looks nice. I like it.
Nice detail coral, and you know, it's one of those things that it's very hard to get coral because it's so sporadic.
Yeah, and sometimes people can't get it right, or they mix it all the same color. But I like how these are all kind of different colors and things like that. It looks nice, very pretty.
All right, so moving on to that was week 14. So now we're moving on to week 15 of FyreWeekly, which is amazing if you think about how long it's actually been, going on now. I mean,
I can't believe it's been that long.
It's been really crazy, really quickly, but really awesome.
So Flycon again in first place here with a little orc village. I really like this.
So this is really, the orc thing, and again, it comes back to the thing we said earlier about the last one, where it's like the build is essentially small, but it's got lots of stuff in it. Like there's so much detail in there. Ooh.
Ancient amethyst armor found in local ebony mine before accident.
Before the accident.
Oh, it's very
keep
cryptic.
Out, not safe. Ebony mine tunneled in. Keep out. So there was a mine there, and obviously that armor was, gone out of it. But yeah, you got a chieftain hut here.
Chieftain hut here. Look at this.
And what I like about it is, like, you always get like different themes when it comes to orcs. Like some people think, oh, they're just all idiots, and orcs stupid, so we set all books on fire. We don't know how to read them. How am I even writing this?
Wow.
So there we go. That was a perfect example of what I was saying. So Chieftaincy,
Very
no
nice.
exceptions. If so,
Orc
death.
flag.
So yeah, this is obviously a very tribal theme for the orcs and stuff, and they're not very smart,
Watched.
but they're very, very good at
Brutal.
building towers and huts and.
I do
killing
like this
things.
style as well. Again, it's a mini map almost of style. If you could build this bigger in the space that we had, I imagine that we would add a lot more detail and stuff. But I really like this style actually, like kind of huts with kind of like a red fabric over.
I like these sleeping quarters here. They're sort of like built into it
Yeah.
and stuff. And
I like how everyone's got an axe. Just by their
hanging their
beds.
axes there.
Blacksmith right here.
This
Looking
is
very
obviously
nice.
the good bit. They take their time on this, getting their armor
Yeah.
right.
Definitely.
And there are
Okay.
even some orcs at the back here. There's one
What?
little
There's an
one
orc.
little guy.
We must slay him. Where is he?
He's over here.
Phil.
No, he's cool. He's like,
No.
That
That is.
why you do this to me, Matt?
He's not dying. I'm clicking furiously and he's not dying. Oh, amazing! Right, let's.
I
move
hope
on and
you
take a
feel
look at the second
guilty.
place.
No, but anyway.
I don't
Second
at all.
place for the orc theme is going
Is
to,
JB and Beryllium?
or his name is Beryllium, and he just put JB last time.
There we go. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at this. So this is another really cool looking kind of tapestry, almost kind of going over the top here. I like this.
And then inside
Really cool.
you got a nice little symbol for, I think is that almost of a horde symbol from
Almost
WoW, but
a
it's
horde symbol.
slightly
Almost.
different. And then you got a nice little throne here for.
I am man from WoW. That is an orc. Give me a name of an orc
Girardi.
from. Okay, okay. That's the thing from TF2, but okay. But yeah,
Sorry.
cool little build. I really like the style actually. Again, it's almost like mushroom kind of cobbly mushroom style with this kind of like, what is this? Is like hay roof, and then so this nice red top on it. It's really cool, interesting style.
And again,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
follows
quite
the kind of
large,
orc
organic build rather than just like straight up and circular or whatever. They're very organic and aged over time. But you still got all your war stuff over here, supplies, weapons, and stuff in crates.
Yep, it's very cool. I like a little fire and everything.
Yes.
Looking good. Okay, number 3, Phil.
Goes to Yellow Frost, and he's made this really cool, which also reminds me of something straight out of like Guild Wars or something like that. But
Yeah,
it's like it's a giant tavern hut for orcs out there, and as you
this
can
is
see
like
out here,
snow orcs, right? These are like
Yeah.
snow orcs.
there's like bits to the side, like training grounds, which I really like. These things hanging down from chains to be
Yeah.
used, and clearly something's been hacked to death over there. There's a chief's private hut over here.
Ooh.
So this is
Can we have
his,
a look?
obviously where he has his bath.
Wow.
Or, there's even, you can see that there's like flames underneath there heating the bath up. So
It's like a steam room.
yeah, it's very cool.
Does the steam come out of the top? It does look.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
That's a really cool feature. And
I like stuff like that.
in the middle here, I'm assuming this is like a large
Wow,
chunk of meat that's being cooked for
the orcs. That is
everyone. But
kind of tasty looking.
there's
Is
lots
that
of beds
wrong?
up here with their own private supplies and stuff, and they're just sort of fitting in ruggedly, however, and like not really designating rooms or anything. But
I kind of like the addition of quartz to this. It kind of looks like skeleton bones or like
Yeah.
animal bones and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting to kind of see that addition to it.
it
It's
would
really
really
nice.
fit in if like this was like a fantasy world with like massive dragons and stuff like that they were hunting and killing, or just giant beasts.
Yeah.
So,
I like it. There's actually it looks to be a skeleton of something over here.
which is probably what they're
a
hacking to
mammoth?
death. Yeah.
I think it's a mammoth of some sort because these are the tusks right here.
Yeah. That would make sense then. Yeah.
Oh god, my world is flashing again.
Sorry, I'll give you a
God
top
damn
up.
I have to. There we go. Beautiful.
Sorry.
Okay, so let's take a look at the honourable mentions for the optional theme this week, which was swamp. So,
And again, we
one of
have
them
Yellow
is here.
Frost, so
Yellow
both
Frost
his
again,
builds from over
Really
from
nice.
each other.
Did this and this in the same week. Very cool. So this is kind of like very swampy, but almost like elven kind of mystical swamp with blue trees and blue lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I'm
little
assuming that
elevator.
you have. I don't know if this does anything.
Nope. Cool.
Okay, always
Cool.
got to check just in case. But yeah, some sort of elevator systems come up there, and you got the counterweight there as well. And then you come up top, and boom, you're home. So if you fly
That
up
is
the,
pretty nice. Phil, go to the little enchanty table halfway up the.
Hang
Go
on.
up a bit. Up a bit.
I'm trying to get my way back out.
Oh, come on, this will be beautiful. No,
Hello.
The moment's passed. I wanted you to be in there. I just wanted you to like read the book.
Oh.
But-
I thought you were telling me to come
Well,
outside. But yeah, no, if you come
that's
up
it.
here,
Moment's
it's
gone.
pretty cool to.
Oh, is there like stuff up in the tree as well?
Yeah. There's an entire house mansion up here. Like if you follow up all the way here.
Oh wow. Wow.
And you come up to like the penthouse floor, like it's sort of deceitful. Like you think, oh, it's just gonna be a tree, but then you come up here and it's like boom.
Oh wow. Okay, now that is a view. Wow. Very cool.
I'm gonna really like the flooring on this because it's like a carpet, but not quite. It's just like woven stuff in what you would have in a swamp.
I like it.
Because you got to remember, this looks luxury, but it's a luxury swamp, and there's obviously he's growing lots of
some
things over here to from medicinal regions, of course.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, it's a really cool.
I like how there's like windows and you can see everything. I didn't know this was all in here. Actually, that's really cool.
Yeah, some really nice additions on there. Right, can we get out? Yeah, we can get out over this way.
There's a little balcony. Okay.
Yeah, I could fly out away.
Close the door.
And look at the top. But yeah, it all nicely blends in because if you go from a distance, you can't really tell it's all up there. So it's nicely concealed.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's like a TARDIS, bigger on the inside. Okay, let's take a look at the second honourable mention here, which is... Right, so Phil, you found out who this is by. Optimus Ice Cream, right?
Yes, so Mr. Optimus Ice Cream, I think, is the winner of this that we have from the chat. So yeah, it's actually got a pathway of lily pads, which is very swampy and very cool, but also disorientates me when they move. Because they move
kind of
with all my stuff.
All animated. It's very cool.
But yeah, it's really nice.
I fell in the swamp.
Oh, no, I got to stay away from you now. You've got diseases and
swamp
stuff.
Diseases. I thought like dead bodies were gonna like come out like in the marshes.
Don't follow the lights.
Exactly. It
was a terrible impression, but still.
It's perfect, Phil. Don't worry about it. This is cool. This is kind of like reminds me of like if Endor and a swamp had a baby.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like it's sort of kind of an elfy idea to it that like it's all in amongst the trees and stuff, but it's still open and swampy enough, and it's got a constant theme and everything for it. So
what's going to be interesting is we're actually updating to 1.7 soon, so we'll actually start seeing, I think, some more blocks and more uses of 1.7 kind of being incorporated because we've been on 1.6 all this time, but Camera Studio is now on 1.7 as of this week, so.
Yeah, so we're finally going to update and bring everything else up as well, so you'll see some new themes with some extra blocks thrown in there as well, and we'll try and include stuff to those new blocks as well, even though they're not really new blocks, they're just new blocks for us. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway.
Okay, so here we go. The winner of the optional theme for this week was Zazette. That name is becoming far too often. However, very deserving, because this is by far one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. I love this kind of style where like just the roots are like twisted around the house, and it just looks so badass. Look at it.
It is really, really cool. And again, it's like a section of it as well. Like there's bits of it that are cut off at the side as well, but like there's a little crane on the side for stuff in. It just it looks like such a mess.
I'm gonna go explore.
Actually works.
To explore.
Yes, let's go have a look inside now.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Again, we got the netting and the cut. Oh, going down there.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, it's like an under bit. Yeah, hidden away under the tree and stuff.
Very cool.
So for all the supplies, but yeah, it's a really cool looking house. Oh, there's ladders up as well.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's like interwoven with this swamp tree almost.
I'm guessing this is a kitchen.
Here we go.
And a sink and all this other stuff. It's all got like the nice netting and stuff around.
I like how you can just see the other builds from FyreWeekly from up here.
It's a nice neighborhood to be in,
It is. Just a bunch of awesome looking builds.
Alright, what level are you on?
Though. I am on level 9 million.
Alright, found you.
I don't know how do I keep going up this way?
No, there's not much else up there. But yeah, it's a cool little tower and there's lots of little features and detail. And I think I like this one thing with all the grass blocks, the leaf blocks have been used, all the different types of log, and just what people have been able to come up with on this one has been really impressive.
Yeah, I like
some nice browns and greens and stuff that have been used.
I think that's kind of the key kind of colour palette of swamp is like brown and green, and the use of
just murky and disgusting and aged. Yeah. Something that is relatively vile and unpleasant.
I really like it though. It's a really. I just keep saying I really like it. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, I really like this. This might be one of my favourite FyreWeekly builds just because of how like crazy and all over the place it is. But that's kind of like what I like. It's asymmetrical, which I like. It's got these really cool kind of swamp roots. That in like a slightly bigger style, like almost like scaled up a little bit, would be just, I think, like my favourite thing ever.
Yeah. It's a nice one to end on anyway, but
definitely.
So that was weeks 14 and 15. Like we said at the beginning of the video, week 16 is the themes Nevership and Airship, and then War Camp.
Yeah.
So check back in a couple of weeks to see that, or if you want to see more, look on our website for more information on how to join the Fire server and get involved in FyreWeekly yourself and see yourself on the podiums.
Yep. And don't forget to ow, that was the side of my head.
Sorry.
You just threw a bottle at me. Ow. Well, don't forget to check out the Mod Ventures Season 3 as well, which is going on right now, which is on the Yogscast Complete Pack. A lot of fun. Me and Phil have been having a blast doing that, so we hope you guys enjoy that as well. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye. Woo! More potions.
I'm going to go back to that swamp house. I'm going to live there, Phil.